Vectara's reg system API is very straightforward to use. You do not need to use any libraries of us, actually, because we set up the endpoint, and you can use the RESTful API or the regular HTTP request to make requests to it. So in order to use Vectara's reg system, the first thing you need to do is you go to your console. You register an account at Vectara, and you go to your console. You get, we'll give you a bunch of credentials, okay, those kind of credentials. So I don't want to show you here because I import them from another file. So you get a bunch of credentials, then you can start using it. The first thing you do is you need to set up a new set of credentials, which will expire after 60 minutes, because we do not want people to hijack your credentials and you end up paying the bill. So the first step is you get a bunch of bear or JWT tokens. It's very easy. Just enter your credentials, send them to our server. We'll give you a token. So you can consider this JWT token as a temporary password that will expire after 60 minutes. So that would be the token you communicate with our server for data management and for query, summarization generation, those of that. So then, here comes the real beef. The first thing you do is you tell our API, I'm going to create a corpus. What is a corpus? It's not a dead body. In natural language processing, a corpus means a collection of documents. That's it. Okay? Because there's a bucket, a folder, those kind of things. So you will tell our API you want to create a bucket. Okay, so you just need a very simple JSON payload. Say, what is the name of my bucket, what it does, that's it, okay? And then you send this request to our server. So this is our endpoint. So basically API.vectara, v1, and the endpoint is create a corpus. You send it with your credentials, and then here you go. So for example, if we do it, I know why, because the part of this got expired. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I just add a little bit message, say a new corpus created, the corpus ID is number 8. All right, so we created this corpus. Now what's next? Next is we put a bunch of documents into it, right? So I'm gonna put some documents into it. So I'm gonna put these documents. Let me move this down here. Okay, so I'm gonna put in our employee handbook about pets part. And I'm going to add 2 open source projects, which I'm part of. One is about how to create web interfaces using a simple, just using Python code signature to make a web UI. The other is a different version of a better version of Jupyter Notebook. So suppose I'm a common use case is, for example, you are a builder of a software, right? You have a bunch of menus. You want your users to be able to ask a chatbot how to use your software, use your API, whatever, right? So then you can use Vectara's reg system to do that. So I basically uploaded 2 user menus of one API tool, and the other is a development tool, and our our employee menu. So I download those files. All right. So I have a bunch of files. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload those files to the corpus bucket we just created. Okay. So in order to do that, you just make a request to the upload endpoint. Okay. Make sure you include the corpus ID in your request URL. And for all the 3 files, you just do standard read those files into Python. And you upload 1 file each time, so I make wrote a for loop to do that. I iterate over that. So these 3 documents got uploaded into the corpus. Okay, uploading the Vectara employee handbook, Phoenix user menu, Code Palo user menu, and now we're ready. So last step. Now, those Vectara employees can ask about what are the policies in our company. The users of those 2 software tools can ask how to use those softwares. Let's give it a try. So to make a query, you're going to use our query endpoint, and this is the query payload. Basically, you can make multiple queries. So here I'm just making 1 query. So in this list, I want to have 1 dictionary. So first of all, what is the query? So can I take friends to the office? And here says how many results do I want in return? This is basically say I want to make this query to which corpus that I'm making. To which corpus. And finally is what the specifications of the summary to be generated from the reg. Remember the G part of reg? What kind of summary? So I say I want to make summary from the top 10 matching pieces of text, and I will say whatever language that is automatically decided. So here we go, and I create a header with my credentials, and I make the request. That's it. So what you see on the screen is what you need to do to make a query. The code down here is just to beautify the printout. Okay. Now, so therefore, this is the output. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. So you can see this is the type of answer we would generate. Okay. So yeah, some workplace are to bring friends to the office. For example, there are a company that organize events like Fairy Friend Fridays and says citation 1, which is this sentence from our employee handbook. So if you go to our employee handbook, do we really have Fairy Friend Fridays? Let's search it. Fairy Friends Friday.
Yeah. Second Friday.
Hold on, did I miss something?
Second paragraph.
Oh, this one? Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah, it's a hallucination, right? There's no Friday there, right? Did you see that? There's no Friday. Hold on. No, but this is from the document. This should be cited from the document.
Search for Friday.
Yeah, I don't see Friday. Sometimes it's because the PDF breaks into 2 lines, so it's a little bit, yeah, so we do have that. Yeah, see? Monthly Fairy Friend Fridays allow you to introduce your pets, right? So we do have it, okay? Now, and then here also says other companies offer team building adventures involving exotic pet interactions, citation 2. Okay, so do we have exotic here? Well, not really. Oh, here we go. We do, yeah, our exotic pet interactions, okay? But you see, a little bit something interesting, right? The question says, some workplaces, other companies, there's only one company here, Vectara, right? But it's probably difficult for the language model to know we're talking about the same company because the language model probably does not understand Vectara is a company, but hypothetically, a good language model should understand if there's some employee handbook, the word before employee is the company name, right? Yeah, so that's room for improvement. Okay, so now you can see all the questions about bringing friends are from Vectara employee handbook. None of them is about from the software menu, which I mentioned, right? So let's see whether the model works. Let's give a different query, see whether things about animals will be gone, but the software usage will pop up. So let me change the query a little bit. So for example, say, let's do this. Let me comment on this. So let's change the query to how to change the arrangement of objects, okay? So these two software tools, they both contain arrangements. For example, this one about, the first one about making a UI. Of course, you have to make arrangements of those UI widgets. And here it's a canvas-based Jupyter, so you have to think about where to put things on the canvas. So the arrangement will, hypothetically, we will see arrangement hit in both of these 2 documents, right? So let's give it a try. Hold on. Did I have a typo here? No. Hold on. Let me get a new token. Oh, I think I know why. Anybody know why? I just created the corpus, but did I put document in? No, I haven't got a chance to put document in. So let me put the document in. All right, so let's actually uploading them. Okay, so we're uploading.
The employee handbook response was a cached from before. Cached output from before.
So this output on the screen is cached from before. Yes. All right. So now let's ask. Here comes the answer. Okay. So you can see we got. If I look at top 4 query answers, we got 2 from the menu of the first software tool, and the other 2 from the menu of the other one, okay? And let's check whether those messages really about making arrangements. For example, here we talk about orientation, right? Order and orientation, that's about arrangements of objects. Here it says panel, about input and output panel, how they are being placed. So that's also about arrangements. And look at this one. This one says auto layout, blah, 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 resize and reposition the stuff. And here it says how things are being aligned by collision-free algorithm. So they're all about arrangements of objects. You can see so this is the power. Shows the power of RAG. So you make a query, and you can see these 3 documents, they contain different kind of knowledge, right? Paths and how to use software tools could be different, but only the most relevant ones can be retrieved for you. Can you imagine this can be used for many cases? For example, say you build a website, for example, you build whatever software that has many levels of, for example, menus, right? So bring users to different, So you can index all your menus and let users search and then bring them to this menu immediately. Not only just documents, anything where people need to find the things, even where to click, you can just use RAG to do that.